Um, what lake is that?
It's an ocean.
Which one?
You serious?
You don't know either.
The Pacific.
Pacific Ocean. That's on the coast.
Yeah. Yep, you're right.
I'm sounding stupid, aren't I?
We all have our bad days.
Well, I'm having a Lulu.
I'm having a brandy. Join me?
I don't have any money.
The idea of it is that I would actually pay for it.
I mean, I don't even have any ID.
Hey, bartender, 2 brandies. Never mind, I'll come get them.
Why is that, you think?
Hey, garçon. Senor, por favor.
I mean, I must have had it when I left this morning. But where did I leave from? I must have left from somewhere.
No wonder this place doesn't get any business. I practically had to wake up the bartender.
I don't know.
Do you good, especially in this sea air. Don't you love it?
What is that smell?
Iodine in the kelp. There are huge beds of it out there. Undersea forests teeming with life and vigor. Like good booze. Cheers. Name Andy. I'm Andy. What's yours?
I don't know.
Doesn't have to be your real one.
No, you don't get it. I don't know who I am.
Really?
Or where I am, or how I got here. I feel like I was just put here on this porch at this time. Like one of those survival schools where they plop you out in the middle of nowhere and you have to figure out how to get back on your own.
Well, if it's any help, you're in Mendocino. You know where that is?
No.
About 3 hours north of San Francisco.
Oh, well, whatever.
And you're on the porch of the Seagull. An overpriced flea bag in the middle of town. Are you staying here? Or are you a townie?
Just told you, I don't know.
Well, it sounds like a simple case of amnesia to me. Probably had some mental trauma, and you've blanked everything out. Tabula rasa.
What's that?
A blank slate. It's caused by anxiety.
Are you a doctor?
Ad man.
Oh.
Don't sound so disappointed. Advertising is where anxiety got invented. Especially when you're pitching a new account, like this time I went after this chain of coffee shops. Hot and ready coffee shops. You probably never heard of it.
No.
Anyway, to back up a minute, about a year ago, hey, don't you want to finish your brandy? It gets a little chilly out here.
Maybe later.
About a year ago, I get into a fender bender with a guy named Magruder. Jerry Magruder. He gets a bang ding. My car's totaled. I threaten to sue. His insurance company settles about a week before this presentation for the coffee shop account I just told you about. And I need this account. Then I hear they've appointed a new ad manager. Name's Magruder. Has a limp. Well, you talk about anxiety. If you stroked me with a violin bow, you could have played Scheherazade. So I'm nervous as a cat. Driving everybody in the office nuts. But what happens? Come presentation day, I walk into their conference room and I find Jerry Magruder is a woman.
So?
So, all that torture I was putting myself through was unnecessary. You get my point?
No.
The point is, don't worry about something. until there's something to worry about.
Well, if you don't know who you are, isn't it time to start worrying?
I got an idea, lady. We prime the pump.
Excuse me?
You're obviously an intelligent person, a thinking person. You must have opinions.
I suppose.
All right. I ask the questions and get opinions. Pretty soon a personality begins to emerge. We follow the trail, and bingo.
Well, that sounds too simple.
All great solutions are simple. How do you feel about the glass ceiling?
It's plaster.
No, I mean on the job, promotion and advancement.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Never mind. How do you feel about abortion?
Well, I would think it's quite likely very uncomfortable.
I mean, philosophically. Are you in favor of it?
I don't know what to say exactly.
You would if you were pregnant. Do you feel it would be your right to have or not have a child?
Well, if I was pregnant, I suppose I'd be glad I had the option.
Good.
But, on the other hand, I'd probably be glad my mother didn't.
Let's try another tack.
Yeah. What if I ask the questions?
What good would that do?
Oh, well, you can learn more about people by questions they ask than you can by the questions they answer.
Okay. Shoot.
Are you married?
Why?
Just answer the question. I see the ring.
Okay.
Her name?
Yes. Her name? Beverly.
Your first?
Third.
And the first two?
Alice. Then Janet.
I need more than names. What are they like?
Why do you need to know this?
I don't know yet, but it's helping. Just tell me about Allison.
She was the looker of the three. That's why I married her. Things went along for about 6 months, which was about 5 months more than they needed to.
What was the problem?
She had the intellect of a geranium and absolutely no social presence.
Any children?
I did, with Janet. 1 boy, 1 girl. Teddy and Marion.
And Faye?
And Faye, daughter of my present wife, Beverly.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
You have a stepdaughter, Faye.
I just told her.
Yeah, but I said Faye first.
No, I did.
No, I thought you did.
How could you? She's my stepdaughter. Now, as I say, my son Teddy is reasonably bright, not terribly ambitious. Of course, he lives with his mother, and we're not that close. And Marion, she's still in school, engaged to some flake who's decided to become either a forest ranger or an orthodontist. He can't make up his mind.
And Judy?
There's not much to say about Judy.
Okay, hold it.
What?
I did it again. I said Judy.
So did I.
But I said it first, just like I said Faye first.
What are you talking about?
You have a sister, too, Judy. She's 37. She's retarded and she has limited speech.
How did you know that?
That is what I'm asking
How
you.
did you find out about her?
Then it's true.
You've been spying on me.
Well, I have not.
Did Beverly hire you?
No.
Yeah. What did she pay you?
Oh, stop it. I swear to you, I'm not in cahoots with anybody. I'm doing what we agreed to do. I say what comes into my head.
Well, I have no further interest in anything in your head.
Yeah, because we're finding out more about you than me.
Because you bore me.
Because I frighten you.
Yeah.
Little Harry starts to dance. just before he wets his pants. Little Harry starts to dance just before he wets his pants. Oh, little Harry starts to dance just before he wets his pants. He wets his pants, he wets his pants, he wets his pants, he wets his pants.
What? I haven't heard that since I was 8.
10. And your name is not Andy, it's Harry, right? Harry Pierce? You're 58, and you were born in Highland Park, Illinois.
What the hell is going on here?
I am as mystified as you are.
There are things in your head that nobody could know about, things I've even forgotten about.
Would that include ice?
Ice?
Yeah, on a creek, Hadley Creek, when you were 5. You fell through the ice on Hadley Creek.
Oh, shit.
And you were by yourself, and you almost drowned, and you still have nightmares about it, looking up, searching through the hole for some light. You were running out of breath, and then you stood up and you banged your head through the ice, trying to breathe, and as cold as it was, when you gulped in that air, it was even colder.
Where are you getting this?
But you crawled up on the bank, and then you ran all the way home, and you ran to your mother just to hold on. And all she saw was the muck and the mud you dragged in from the creek all over her carpet, and you tried to tell her what happened, but she couldn't listen, and you just were crying, and she went into a rage and started hitting you.
Hit me and hit me. And when I tried to run away, she grabbed me,
She was crying, Harry.
cursed at me and screamed.
She was worried, sick, and mad at you.
She pulled off my clothes and started to spank me.
Well, she didn't know how to handle the situation, Harry. And then, that was when you felt more lonely than you were when you were under the ice, Harry.
Okay, we're done.
We're just getting started.
Not with me. Try your act on somebody else.
We still don't know who I am.
I do. You are a pain in the ass.
And you are one son of a bitch. How could you do that to that poor guy?
What guy?
The accident. It was your fault. But you berated that wimpy little guy into thinking he did it.
No way.
Oh, yes, you did. You ranted and you raved and you threatened him with a giant lawsuit so his insurance company would cave. And they did. Nice work, Harry. You did it.
Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you to judge me?
Oh, who better? You've got this huge problem. You're afraid to trust people.
Hey, I trust lots of people.
Yeah, only if you can control them. That's why Allison split. And what about Janet? How did she screw up, Harry?
Nothing like that. Janet just set a different course from mine.
Yeah, she walked out and took the kids.
She had no right to do that.
You didn't try to stop her.
What was the point? She wasn't prepared to make the sacrifice.
What sacrifice was
For
that?
the marriage. My business was doing very well, but only because I was putting in 60, 70 hours a week. It's like that when you're building the client base.
Oh, and what was she supposed to do?
How about lend me some support?
And be an ornament?
No, more than that.
Oh, be an ornament and serve drinks.
Well, you obviously don't get it.
I get that she had a good head for numbers. She helped you do your corporate taxes.
Fine. I could have given her a position in the company, bookkeeper, something like that, but I foresaw the problem.
What problem was that?
I'm not the easiest guy to work for, okay? Whenever I would need to criticize her, she'd take it personally.
Yeah, so you solved that by walling yourself off from her.
No.
Or you foresaw she was strong enough to stand up to you.
Look, you're the one with the problem here, not me.
And this is helping, believe me. Now let's get on to Beverly.
Let's not.
So, who loves you, Harry? Who do you love, Harry? Tabula rasa, Harry. Tabula rasa, Harry.
I don't know what to do.
Then what are you doing way the hell up here in Mendocino?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. What happened to you before you made this trip?
Nothing.
Going to the hospital is nothing?
Oh,
Yeah, that.
I went to see Wally. My part, massive coronary. Heart blew up like a landmine, the doctor said. God, he looked terrible. I was surprised he could talk. I asked him if there was anything I could do to help. He said no, that I was the one that put him there.
You were the one. How did that feel?
I went back to the office, and all I could do was sit there. I had calls to make, but I couldn't even extend my arm to reach the phone. So I just got up and walked out. Past my secretary, past everyone else, not a word to anyone. Out on the street, and I just kept walking, hailed a cab to the airport, grabbed a flight to Frisco, rented a car, and headed north. And when I got to Mendocino, I saw this quirky little dump, took a room, bought a paper, came out here on the porch, ordered a brandy, and that's pretty much it. So what do you make of that, Doc?
Very large crock of shit.
You would.
I know.
I can't function.
I know.
Well, if you know so much, what do I do now?
Let it go, Harry.
Let what go?
What's making you dislike yourself?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about Bummy, Harry.
Who?
Your old neighborhood pal from, 50 years ago. Bummy Blake. He lives up here, doesn't he?
Oh, this is crazy.
So do something crazy. Now give me your phone. It's ringing. Talk to your friend.
Bummy? Did you go to Highland Park High? Oh, your father. I thought it was him. It was his kid.
So?
I can't do this.
You have to.
No. You don't get it. We used to do everything together. Baseball, football, basketball, the whole 9 yards. But there was this one day. It was a Sunday. I was in my backyard, me and Joey Moreno, a kid I was trying to impress. And we started riding him. We started riding Bummy, because Bummy came over, still wearing his Sunday clothes. And then Joey, he was a couple of years older and bigger than us, he takes Bummy over to the garbage can, and he says to me, "Hold him." And he reaches into the garbage can and pulls out a rotten tomato. It was all furry and smelly, and Bummy saw what was going to happen and started yelling, "No!" Well, I didn't think Joey was going to actually hit him, just scare him a little. So I grabbed onto Bummy. I can't do this.
Yes, you can.
No. And then Joey hit him. Flush on the forehead. And it ran all down his face and all over his suit, and it really stunk. And Bummy didn't say a thing. He just looked at me with that look. And he turned away and went home. We were never friends after that.
And this has been festering ever since.
I haven't thought about it in 50 years.
Oh, you've been thinking about it for 50 years. And this is the first time you've admitted it.
Shit.
The phone.
Hello? Yeah, I just called before. I think we got cut off. Is this Arnold Blake? This is Harry Pierce from down the street. No, from 50 years ago down the street. I honest to God, didn't know Joey was going to hit you with the tomato. He said to hold you, and I held you because I thought the whole thing was a joke, and then he let fly, and I, honest to God, never thought he was going to do that. I apologize. I gotta run. Bye. Whew. Whew. Screw that up.
I don't know. It was a start.
There's hope?
There's always hope.
No, I mean, I should probably talk to Wally some more. And my wife.
Wives. All three of them.
And my kids.
Well, now, don't expect miracles.
This has been good. Too bad we never met before.
Ah. And I think that has been the problem.
Wait. Are you leaving?
Well, isn't that what you want?
I didn't say that. You still don't know who you are.
Don't we?
Who then?
Well, if you're Harry, I must be Harriet.
That's a good one. Harriet. This calls for a toast. Harry. Harry?
Thank you, everybody. Yes, if I get everybody back. Stu Berg is our first one back. Let me get the director of Tabula Rasa. We can get everybody back, both casts. Thank you, guys. Both casts, both crews. This is the portion of our evening where we actually do a talk back with everybody in the house. So we had a great house, and I just want to I know some people came over from Facebook. For some reason, our Facebook streaming did not work tonight. So our Facebook crowd jumped over, which was great. And not to worry, because tonight was recorded, and we'll go back onto our Facebook once it's all cut together. It'll also be on our website, and it'll be all over. So no worries there. And wonderful. You guys, can you let me turn your chats on, so you can either go in your Q&A, folks, or you can, let me see here, sorry, this is called, there we go. So the chat is on, so you could either ask questions to the Q&A. You're certainly welcome to raise your hands as well, and or you could type them into the chat if you want to do that. So any of the above. I can tell you, two plays is always a lot of fun because there's always a lot of juggling between the two casts and crews. And both of these guys, everybody was just magical. So I'm so thrilled that it actually worked out. Marsha, so I'm going to Marsha Spader. So you are on, you just need to unmute yourself. Marsha, go for it.
Well, I just want to thank you all. This was the most entertaining selection of short plays that I've seen in a very long time. And I've seen quite a few of them over the years. The actors were wonderful. The stories were mesmerizing, and I just congratulate you all. I'm sure the directors both had something to do with that. Thank you so much for including us in this.
Even I liked it, which is unusual.
There are two of us. We cannot say enough about how engrossing they were. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you very much. We're thrilled that you joined us, and yeah, I mean, you know, both two great casts, and outside wonderful writing by both of our playwrights and wonderful directing. So I'm thrilled. Tom Alpers, it's great performances all around, two completely different pieces, both equally compelling. Thank you, Tom Alper. Mitch Paradise says, enjoyed them both a lot. Thank you, Mitch. I'm glad you joined us. That was terrific. And, you know, I want to actually address this to Kieran, because this piece was done once before, that was sort of built for the times that we're living in. Can you talk about that? How this came about and sort of the evolution of this product?
Yeah, it was done through with the it was a web fest, a 10-minute 15-minute web fest with the East Coast Actor Studio and the West Coast Actor Studio. And they teamed me with Jonathan, and Peter worked with the two. Peter Flood worked as a dramaturg.
Yeah, we want to thank Peter for helping us early on. He was fantastic.
Yeah,
really, really helpful.
And so we got together on a Friday afternoon. They pulled 3 names out of a hat, and that's how we got our cast. And then I thought they gave us a theme, and I thought about it on Saturday, wrote it on Sunday, and then we started rehearsing Monday or Tuesday. So it was really a quick turnaround, very fast.
Has it evolved since then, or how's the piece grown?
From the last time it was done, I changed one line, basically.
Really? Wow.
But during that week, I was rewriting it and tweaking it and all. It was great. It was a really fun process. It's really helpful. Then the actors are great, and Jonathan was great, and Pete was so helpful. So.
Right. That's perfect. That's right. And so we have half of our cast from New York, and the other half is here in LA, right?
Oh my gosh.
So our New Yorkers wave our New York.
Yeah, Marcia, say wave.
What?
Yeah, we'd say who's from New York and who's from LA. That's what we're just waving the New York.
New York,
LA.
New York.
There we go. Here we have Bruce Robinson says, thank you. What a spectacularly entertaining evening. The first was wonderfully surprising as it happened, and credible and satisfying in retrospect. Both plays were just wonderful, and the acting was consistently terrific. Thank you, Bruce. And we're doing Bruce's play next week. And all right, my mom has raised her hand. So there you go. In the 15 weeks that we've done this is the first time that my mom has raised her hand. So here we go. Now you have to unmute yourself. So let's see. Mom, just go and hit that unmute button. Bottom left-hand corner. Hit the unmute. Hit the unmute. All right. Here we go. Almost. You have to figure out the left-hand corner button. It says mute. Hit it. You'll figure it out. I'm going to keep you on. We're going to go to Sharon. Sharon Shane, you're on.
You. So I've been watching these from the beginning, and they just get better and better and better. I just love them.
Right.
Today was just a really special treat. So I've worked with Stu, and I've worked Stu Berg and Stu Zully and Jack, and I love you guys, all of you, so much. I think you just brought such humanity to the pieces, and Marcia, your work was lovely. If only that could happen. What a dream come true, right? That could happen for me.
Sharon,
and,
it's Stu.
Yeah.
I hope you're well, and thank you. You're alive.
I'm well. I'm great.
This isn't a good week for me to talk.
I'm doing a lot of painting. I just got into 3 art shows and a big Oscar, so I'm happy.
Congratulations.
One.
Thank you. But what I wanted to say was, I wrote these down because I've got to remember this. Have the intellect of a geranium. I think I'm going to tweet that about you know who. and from 50 years ago down the street. That was great. That was so like East Coast, and there's always hope. So I love that. I love that. It was really special. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sharon.
Yeah.
Okay. My mom is back, so let's see. Go for it. I don't know. It's your turn to talk. Go ahead. You're on.
Where's Beege?
Let's see. Mom, Carol, hello. Uh-oh. Mom, there you go. So I did not get the technical end from her, just so you know.
Technical end isn't working.
Mom, you have to speak. Speak into the computer.
Todd, where's your mother located?
In Baltimore. She's coming from Baltimore. I don't know. Right now, I think it's Mars. So, Mom, I'm going to give you a couple more minutes. No, I'll leave you on if you could figure it out. Okay. Lisa Richards says, wonderful work for all. Knew the first play. Thought it was Richard today. And Beege and Stewart, you guys are terrific. Great direction for both. So that's wonderful. And wait, what do we have here? I have a hand up. Andrea, you have your hand up. I think. Oh no, Beege, you have your hand up. Where are you, Beege? We somehow lost you. Okay.
Your mother.
Mom, are you here or am I going to turn this one off? Hello? Mother? Carol? Hello?
Technical difficulties tonight. I don't want to.
Okay.
Todd, maybe she disowned you.
Holy cow. They don't realize they're on. Yes, and this is how we talk on the phone, by the way. So I'll call them on the phone, they're like, I don't know. He can't hear us. What's going on? This is pretty much it. Yes. All right. So you know what's going to happen tonight is I'm going to give them a lesson on how to call. Yes. All right. So let me. So, all right. So sorry, Mom, I just disabled your talking. You're more than welcome to call again if you like. And does anybody have we're getting close to 6 o'clock. Does anybody from the cast or crews want to share anything about this process or any thoughts, anything that's going on, anything that's new and exciting?
You were talking about updates, Todd.
For me, watching that first play, that was the strangest prep I ever had to lead into it. Oh my God, because I'm sitting here laughing and trying to just get into this guy's head, and I was just cracking up.
Excellent job, Jonathan. Todd, you had mentioned some technical advances that have been made with Zoom. You want to touch on those quickly for?
Well, there was an article that Gina, actually, one of our playwrights, Gina Costa, sent me that talks about how Zoom is now getting into, they're altering lighting, and we've already figured out sort of a great little hack as part of the audio world. You know, they're now getting into things that they're starting to get into lighting, so lighting touch-ups and overlays and things like that, which I don't recommend for performance pieces yet, but I do for, you know, for other uses. So yeah, thanks. I just want to read two other things in Q&A. Mitch Levine says, so enjoyed this evening of delightful theater. Kudos and thanks to the writers, directors, and cast. Well engaged performed. Bravissima. And Gina Costa says, hey kids and cool cats, thank you for the wonderful hour today. Wonderful. That's coming from our main cool cat, by the way. Gina Costa. So yeah, that was great. Oh, we have Hillary Hunter who has her hand up. So Hillary, you just need to unmute yourself. Go for it. You're on.
So it just was really interesting that there's so many things during this era that make me so uncomfortable, you know, white privilege and racism and COVID, and even just going to the grocery store makes me uncomfortable. Yet both of these plays made me so freaking uncomfortable in such a good way. Like I just was like, wow, it's so like the normal things that make you uncomfortable were kind of back in my life for a moment. So I really appreciated that.
Good, good. I love that. That was a great compliment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Peter Flood. Peter
I'm
Floyd,
mute.
you just need to unmute.
Am I on?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, guys. It was great seeing everybody today. Kiki was a lot of fun. It was always a good ride from beginning to end. So it was wonderful to see Andrea and Marcia, Jackie, and of course, and Karen is one of my favorite writers. And Dave Field. Hey, Dave Field. I'm driving north to Mendocino tonight to figure it and I'll order a brandy to figure out how to repair my entire life. Okay? If it worked for Stewart, it'll work for me. Anyway, it was a lot of fun today. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, Peter.
And here's Beege. So sorry, I didn't realize that your camera was off. So I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me in, but I was listening and it was fun.
All right. I'm glad. Okay, good. All right, guys, we're approaching on 6. Anybody else? Any other thoughts, comments, any of the above? All right, great. Cast and crews. I always forget to tell you this, but I'm going to send you guys a link when we wrap up, and it's sort of like a little cast party that we do for about 10 minutes afterwards. So everybody check your emails and you'll get that link.
BYOB?
BYOB, absolutely. Absolutely. To our audience out there, I want to let you guys know that I'm going to start to do this on a weekly basis. So next week, we have Act 1 of a play called Rare Indulgence by Bruce J. Robinson. It's directed by me, Todd Felderstein. Cast is Richard Fancy, Devin O'Brien, Emily Townsend, and Ali Pengaro. So that's coming up next week. And Kate Kaplan says, thanks, cast and crew, and Todd. Thanks, Kate. Kate, good to see you. All right, and everybody else, I mean, we're almost finishing on the button, so it's almost 6 o'clock straight up. So thank you guys again for coming out. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, audience.
Thank you,
Thank
audience.
you. Thank you, Todd.
Yeah, thank you, Todd.
Thank
Really.
you, all you guys. It was really wonderful.
Everybody, thank you.
Great job. Really, really great job. Okay, I'll see you guys shortly, and I'll see all the audience next week. Okay,
Great, thank
Thank
you.
you.
bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.